Good afternoon. My name is Donovan Carter. I'm here with the Samuel Proctor Oral History Program in Washington, D.C. today. Today is Saturday, August 28th, 2021. Today I'm here with
Ms.Tawanda Jones and my daughter Jakiah Harris.
Okay. And Ms. Jones, could you tell me why you're here today?
Yes, I'm here. Unfortunately, I was invited to a club that I never asked for. My brother Tyrone West was brutally executed on July the 18th, 2013. So for now, for 422 weeks, 2,954 days, my family, we started something called West Wednesday, where every week, regardless of what, we're out, and not just at West Wednesday, but we're out trying to change laws, but we're out advocating for all the victims of police brutality, weekly protesters, ever since 2013 up until this day. So, I mean, it's not a club that I would wish anyone into.
Yeah, I completely understand. I guess, tell me more about Tyrone. Tell me more about him.
Yeah, so they murdered, when I say they murdered the wrong man, but like my cousin said, they truly got the right family that's gonna fight for him. He was a father. He was the firstborn in my whole entire family, the first grandchild and everything. Like, he was the glue to my family. Like, he kept all the unity together and everything. And for you to be beat to death, literally in 2013, and then if I think about on this significant day, even though we're here in Washington, D.C., and I remember when, I heard about when, Dr. King came here and they marched. But the reason I recently learned, the reason why they were coming here was because of the brutal beating of Emmett Till. So when I think about my brother being beat just like Emmett Till, and then you add pepper spray, taser, and then you let a 320-pound man sit on him until he was dead. Like, they took away a father, a church man. They took away an artist. He could draw you, me. He loved drawing. He was a dedicated, person that dedicated his life to Christ first and to his family. That he worked hard for each and every day. And then the crazy part, when they murder our loved ones, they treat the victims as if they deserve what they got. They always try to pull up the victims' records, if they had previous records, any way to dehumanize the victim, and started putting up these maniac killer cops. Like, literally, this is a picture, and I'm not happy to show you this picture, but these are 11 of the 17 animals that murdered my unarmed brother. And this is the night that they were took down to Baltimore City Police Department for an interview. They didn't get interrogated. They go for an interview. Meanwhile, if we killed somebody the way my brother was killed, you would have never saw me again, ever. Or whoever else was with me. They could have been riding in the car, walking past. We all would have been gone. But why is it when killer cops kill us as a gang, they're protected? They're serving us death while they're protected. They're not protecting us. They're protected while they're serving us brutality on all levels.
Thank you for sharing. So just from some clarification questions, can you tell me the date and location that your brother was murdered? Okay.
Yeah, so the day and location was, and I'll never forget, it was July the 18th, 2013. It was a day that changed my family life forever, and it was on Kentmore and Kelsway in Baltimore City. Kentmore and Kelsway Road in Baltimore City.
In Baltimore, Maryland?
Yes, Baltimore, Maryland. Yep.
Okay. What do you want the world to know about your brother, Tyrone?
I want the world to know that my brother's more than a hashtag. He's more than these pictures and buttons on t-shirt. His life is the reason why I fight every day. Until they take my life, I'm gonna always fight for him, and not just for my brother, because guess what? Unfortunately, it didn't start with my brother, and sadly, it's not gonna end at my brother. It's not gonna end, unfortunately, until we end it. If we think about Dr. King and them getting killed, marching in Washington, they were getting the same treatment that we're getting, but a lot of people had to die in order for us to live, and that's what it may take. And unfortunately, I'm trying to do this the peaceful way. That's why I keep advocating peacefully. But enough is enough. Like, how many more people? How many more people got to be into a family or a club that they never asked for an invitation to? You're just picked and chosen when you get that phone call. And unfortunately, we didn't get a call. Had it not been for the grace of God, the closeness between me and my brother, the time frame in which he was murdered after he left me to give a young lady a ride, I was feeling pain in my body to the point I'm calling my daughter at work. She's like, hey, Mom, he was going to go pick her up after he drove this young lady that needed a ride. His next stop was going to go pick my daughter up. at McDonald's. She was a teenager. And then I had to actually call her at work and say, hey, baby, your uncle's not coming. She's like, why not? What's wrong with my uncle? I said, something bad happened to him. Me not knowing what, but I knew something did. And then to be revealed to me on the 10 o'clock news that one unarmed man was beat to death. I'm talking about pepper spray, kick. So we think about the stuff that people see on video that they're like, oh my God, like with the George Floyd, and we saw him screaming for his dead mama. My brother Tyrone was screaming for a dead victim. He was screaming for Trayvon Martin help, because that was our last conversation before he stepped out the car, because we had just gotten that George Zimmerman verdict of not guilty, and it plagued our hearts, because he was like, I don't feel safe. Like, oh my God, we got to worry about all the Zimmermans in our neighborhoods, and I'm not just talking about the Zimmermans, like cops, just everybody. We got to worry about this, and then you go and you getting killed, and you getting pulled by your dreadlocks, beat, stomp, pepper spray, you can't breathe, and you're fight or flight. You're just trying to scream out, help me, call 911, Trayvon Martin. He died yelling Trayvon Martin. And we got video footage, but ask me, do we have it? No, they're hiding it. The cover-up is far worse than the murder. As brutal as his execution is, the cover-up is far worse. We had the medical examiner's office who was very complicit in these actions, because they lied and said my brother died of a bad heart and dehydration after he was the most healthiest person in my family, but we had David Fowler to actually lie. And then who does the autopsy report with the killers right in the room telling them what to write on the paper, getting these killer cops off? So it's a whole corrupt system. It's not just the corrupt killer cops, because I would quit my teaching job and I would shut the whole Baltimore City Police Department down by my own self. You get what I'm saying? But it's deeper than that. It's deep rooted. You got to worry about these crooked cops, lawyers, judges, everybody in the bed with each other. They need to get out the bed with each other and do their damn jobs.
Is there anything else either of you want to add?
No, I just want to let them know we're going to keep on fighting. It's a fight that we never asked for, but guess what? It's a fight I'm never leaving. Thank you.
Thank you. Justice for Tyrone.
Justice for Tyrone West.